This place right here is pretty cool. It's actually it's part of the public school here. They teach kids how to become farmers. And on the other side of these trees here, the public school is on that side. But I was hoping this was going to be all corn, but nonetheless, there's a good long range here for doing some nice FPV stuff. So I figured we'd go down there and go goof around in between those trees. Here we go. Finally Friday after a long rainy weekend. That fucking sucked. All right. Before I take this flight here, I'm going to go over a couple things here. I'm going to do a little, some technical stuff here. You probably noticed I got one of these on the front of the thing all the time. It's called an ND filter. I recommend using them. For one, they cut down on a lot of light pollution coming into the drone. But most importantly is when you're flying FPV and you want to create a cinematic effect, you want to create something called a natural motion blur. And that is done using one of these and a couple of camera settings, which I'm going to go into here when I fire this thing up. All right, and another good rule of thumb too, during the daylight, you never really want to shoot in an ISO that's over 200, maybe 400 max if you're trying to get things that are closer to the ground. The thing is, the wider you open that up, the more light it's going to let in, and it's just going to wash everything out. And you really can't fix it after it gets washed out. You could always bring the light up if it's a little too dark, so you kind of always want to undershoot on the ISO. You want it to be a little darker, but a good rule of thumb, during the day, usually don't go over 200. 400 if you're just going to be shooting on the ground, but 200 is pretty good to kind of split it between the ground and the clouds, so you can kind of make everything out. All right. The thing we're talking about the natural motion blur that you want to use to get with that ND filter when you're doing manual settings. Now your shutter speed, you always want a double your shutter speed as your FPS, sorry. So if you're shooting at 60 FPS, you want a shutter speed of 120. Same thing if at 30, you want a shutter speed of 60. Those two combinations right there, they'll give you the natural motion blur. But without that ND filter on the front of it, your picture will be so washed out. It'll just look horrible. So the combination of those three right there, that's how you get the nice cinematic footage. Let me go into the settings here. I was getting a couple questions about what was I using for my rates and everything, so I'll just put those ones up on there. All right. All right, that's about it. All right, let's do it. Let's bring this thing up. All right. Let's take a look at us. It's on. We're all good. Avata, good. Okay. Let's go straight into manual mode here and we'll go bombing out. I was hoping this corn would still be growing, but nonetheless, just this moving ground beneath us here, this should create that nice motion blur that I'm talking about. And we got some birds. Run! Let's go back in. Like I said, this right here is a part of the school. I don't know if they still got class goals. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they got some people down there. I don't want to mess with them too much. Let's keep it legit. Yeah, this is where I went to school. I graduated here year 2000. This is a VOAG school. This is where I teach kids how to be farmers. So they got all this stuff back here. Whoa. Sun just fell out of the tree and then right next to me. What the fuck that was? The iPhone or something. Let's drop in here. Let's go play around in here. Alright, so that's some water. Let's go. It's a little risky. I get like a little signal breaking up right in there. It's always at the dangerous parts. You know what? Here, let's go back here. I mean, I should get some range here. I'm looking right down this thing. A little altitude. Whew. We're way back here. Color's getting nice in these trees. One's nice and orange. Let's see if we can time this right. Nope. Let's catch up to this guy. Any day now too. I got another set of props coming for this thing. They're supposed to be like aftermarket performance ones that are they're 4-bladed. These ones are 3-bladed, so they claim they give a little better performance, so we're gonna find out. Nice little power loop. Let's go. Still got the magic. Okay, let's go play around over here again. Yeah. Yes. Play around over this. This is, like I said, we'll get the most motion blur coming out of all this stuff on the ground. Looks nice though. Look at this, nice and colorful. Oh shit. Alright, let's go up. The battery's starting to get close. I really want to go in here. But now my shit's cutting up. It is, man. Every time you go dangerous. No, it's because I got this whole line of trees right here. Oh, shit. That's better. Alright, let's bring it in. Guy's moving. Alright. Almost got it in one take.